Hello and welcome to the new unit, which is called Introduction to Python. Today you're going to learn about how to understand what a syntax error is and how to interpret an error message. Understand the importance of sequence when creating algorithms, and write, save and run a simple program in Python. Your first task today in your new Google workbook is to try and read order on how to fry an egg. For example, I want you to put all these instructions into the correct order. What you to think about is what things should you do first, what things should you do last. For example, I wouldn't turn on a hob after I break an egg, would I? Okay, so think about that and attempt the activity on your first page in your workbook. So this is a point where you'd want to pause the video. So with program, it's about step-by-step rules. Sequences is very important with program, and accuracy is very important, how you type instructions. So for example, here's how I would fry an egg. You'd get the frying pan, put the pan on the hob, turn the hob on, put some oil in the pan, then you'd hold the egg over the pan and then you'd break an egg. Again, there is slight variations of instructions. For example, some people put the oil in a pan before turning the hob on. That's still fine. Okay, obviously you're not going to get the frying pan after you've broken your egg. So it's very important in programming to do step-by-step instructions in a particular way so it'll work. So here's an example of some code. I want you to pause the video now and take a look at it and see what you could think this program does. Okay, now you've thought about it, you can see the line of code. So for example, the first print statement, all that does is print the line of code out, which is in the quotation marks. Okay. Password equals input, enter your password means a password is a variable, and it asks for user as an input to enter their password if this is again a printed set of instructions. And what it says here is if your password is the same or equals to ABCD1234, access will be granted. If you type in anything other than that, the else, it'll print access denied. And this input just says press enter to exit the program. Okay. So Python language is simple to learn. It's used by Nokia, NASA, Instagram, Google search engine, Netflix, and the Surge Large Hadron Collider Research Center. In terms of careers, there's plenty of jobs out there in the world where you can earn quite a bit of money in programming. For example, a Python developer can expect to earn between 60 to 80,000 a year. A contract Python developer, again, could earn £500, £600 a day in London. Okay, and there's plenty of money to be made in this industry. So, a simple program tradition. A simple program to display text on your screen. Open a new workbook in Google Classroom and link on rappel.it. And I want you to type in print hello world. Type the code above in the left window and then click the play button and then try it again with some different text. Okay, this will be shared as an additional video on Google Classroom of how to use the program once you've clicked on the link. So this is the point where you want to pause the video and load up the other video in Google Classroom, which is shared on you on a week-by-week basis. The next task in the window, I want you to type in the 4 following instructions and see what happens. I'm sure you can guess by looking at them, they're not going to work, okay? So we're going to have a go at them, see why they wouldn't work, and this is just to show how important it is to be accurate, okay, when typing instructions in Python. So again, pause the video, test this out, see what happens. The next thing is debugging, so reading and interpreting the feedback, okay? You can see here, it says print, okay, obviously it's a spelling mistake for the print hello world statement. It says print is not defined, so it doesn't know what to do with this. There's not an instruction Python understands. Computer bugs. The name bug refers to an error in a program, thought to come from a real bug that crawled into some cogs in an early machine and stopped it working. Okay, using script mode. Okay, so when we're using repel.it on the internet, okay, you don't need to worry about saving any programs. You're just going to test it and run it. I want you to type in this following instruction in a left-hand side window. Okay, first name equals input, what is your name, and print hello first name. Once you've done that, click the play button at the top of your window, and again, I'll share this and there's an additional video to show you how to do it on Google Classroom. Okay, what is a variable? A variable is a location in memory in which you can temporarily store text or numbers. You have just used one, it was called first name. You can choose a name for the box, the variable name, and change its contents in your program at any time. Rules for naming variables. Variables can contain only numbers, letters, and underscores. A variable name cannot start with a number. You can't use a Python reserved words as a variable name. For example, you can't use print as a variable name in lowercase. Okay? And again, here you can't use the word input either. Using a variable. So you would have tested this out before. So first name equals input. What is your name? Print hello, first name. If you run the program when you click the play button at the top of your screen, it'll say, if you type in Harry as your answer, then it'll say, hello, Harry. Functions are special keywords that do a specific job. Functions appear in purple, okay? Usually when we use idle mode, it might work different on repel.it, but again, we'll test that out. Okay, so print and input are examples of functions. So your next task now is you've got a workbook with some code you've got to test on the left-hand side window. You're going to run that. Again, there'll be an example video to show you how to do this on Google Classroom and run your program, okay? Once you've finished this, on your post-it note on Google Classroom workbook, okay, you can write some notes of what you've learned about algorithms today. Your homework is to write some flashcards on the 3 questions. What is a function? What is a variable? And write a 2-line program that asks for your pet's name and prints out the result. Thank you for listening.